But for the first part of the lesson, you need somewhere where you can kneel, where you can put your hands on the wall. Or on a pillar, it doesn't matter, wherever. Should be. Should be fine. Yeah, you're going to be kneeling for the first part. So if you know that you want something under your knees, no, you're not going to be putting your head against the wall. You only need padding if you want something under your knees. So we'll start at the wall. I think we're still waiting for a couple of people. So again, your hands really are there to simply give you another point of contact. They're not there to take a lot of weight on. And they're an opportunity for you to feel my hands can be fixed, if you like, or in one place. And what can I find through my upper back, my shoulders, that can move? Okay, so as you're kneeling there, could you find, first of all, where's your breathing? Where do you sense your breathing? And how easy or difficult in this position would it be to do those movements we were doing on the exhale yesterday in the lesson with Lisa, where you could pull in your upper belly and you could feel on the exhale, and you could feel that your ribs would lift, open a little bit, and then you could exhale and expand down into your pelvis and your low belly, and you'd feel that your ribs could soften and come down a little bit. And can you find a way that you can get this very simple exhalation? And there doesn't have to be any power in it at all at the moment. And you could feel that your length could stay the same. So something about finding this movement of your diaphragm up and down, your belly pulling in. And when you think of your belly pulling in up the top, do you simply think of the front of you? Or do you realize that the belly goes all the way around to the back, so that as you pull in your upper belly, your sides pull in as the front of you pulls in? And you find a way that allows you to let that lift your ribs, lift your sternum a little, lift the ribs up sideways a little. So you're really sort of expanding your rib cage on the exhale. And then you exhale and expand down and forward into your pelvis. Because you're now kneeling, not on your back, you might feel that you feel the breath expands into your sacrum a little bit. And then leave that. Just see if that had any influence on your breathing. Okay, so now you might have to adjust a little bit, some of you, the distance you are from the wall. So if you were going to bring one leg through to standing in front, how would you do that? Which leg would you bring through? And how would you do it? Would you take your knee out to the side? Would you bring it straight through? Where would your pelvis go? What would happen in the area between your shoulder blades, in your arms? And again, a little bit like the lesson that we were just doing, could you explore how different trajectories of bringing your foot through and your knee through really influence what you do in your spine, where your head goes? So you could drag the toes along the floor and bring the knee straight forward and bring your foot to standing. Or you could take the knee out to the side, so your foot's sort of making a circle around to bring to standing. And you can make the circle out to the side. Once you go out, you can make it a large circle or a small circle. Just really exploring how you could virtually nearly straighten the leg out to the side if you wanted to, before you bring it back in to stand. And just really feeling how that's really going to... Please put your hands on the wall. Please put your hands on the wall. Please put your hands on the wall. You have to learn something. So your hands are still. Because as soon as your arms can move a lot, you don't have to find quite as much differentiation in your upper back. Just really exploring. And it's great to see, you know, some of you are keeping your head in the middle, some are looking down, looking up, turning, side bending with your heads. Really feeling how all those different movements of your head influence what happens in your upper back, influence what happens in your shoulders. So that this is really a way to explore how do you find softness and adaptability in your arms, your upper back, in your neck. So that your elbows are responding, your wrists are responding, fingers are responding. Have a pause for a minute. Just see, does that influence your breathing? Has it influenced at all the parts of yourself that you feel involved in your breathing? And then begin the same thing with your other leg. And again, bringing to it a real curiosity, a real, how do I do it this side? How do I remember what I do the other side? How do I do it this side? Do I have a habit about where I'd like my pelvis to go? How I'd like to bring my leg through? Does it make a difference if you've still got an image of the top of your head? Where the top of your head is in space. Glenn's phone. So the thing you're doing here is really exploring options. Is this, well, how could I find another way of doing it? Another shape that I could make? To bring this leg, your left leg now, through to standing. And to really notice those times where maybe I want to push more into the wall with my hands, or maybe there's a moment one hand becomes more free than the other. And pause again. Okay, same thing. This time you can alternate, once you're right, once you're left, and you're thinking a little bit more of keeping your head in the middle. But that it's not tight, it's not stiff. So is there a way that you're finding more of these vertebrae of your neck? And how all those vertebrae underneath your skull can change their shape? All the time feeling for this softness, this adaptability in your upper back, in your arms, in your throat. Okay, so then what we're going to do is I'll do it with Liz. So you're going to find a partner to do this with. So go back, Liz, yeah? And you're really, really softly Just going to hold the skull, just to give her a sense of this is where it is. And then Liz is going to start doing the movement. I'm just giving her a little bit more of a sense of. That feel different, Liz? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So I can really feel, off you go, Liz. There she uses a little bit more side bending. Yeah? So that I can begin to feel what's the plane that she's using. So, yeah. And the other one, Liz. This is, I could see the expression on her face without even having to, yeah?
I wanted to rotate.
Yeah, so let it rotate. Yay! Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So that's all you're doing, but you're not restricting them. You know, your hands are incredibly light to give them a little bit of feedback. Huh? Okay, with a partner. So that they really need to organise something in their upper back, in their neck.